Hey everyone, Tim Schofield here. And there have been so many different rumors and leaks regarding the Samsung Galaxy S8, so I went ahead and compiled all the various leaked images, all that good stuff. All sources to those will be linked in the description. Now I want to go ahead and discuss what I think you can expect from the Samsung Galaxy S8. Now keep in mind that there's always different prototypes of a specific device when they manufacture it. So I know that there is a prototype of the S8 with a headphone jack. There's one without a headphone jack as well. So with that in mind, there's no guarantee that this is going to be the Samsung Galaxy S8. However, there are very strong sources pointing towards various things about the S8. So let's get started. Now the S8 will probably be announced at their own event and not at Mobile World Congress. So probably sometime in March if I had to take a guess. Now, talking about design of the device. First of all, it's said to have an infinity display, which I'm assuming is how they're going to market it. And Samsung Display actually had a couple videos talking about their various displays, showing off a specific phone that has not been seen before, and this was kind of speculated that this could potentially be what the Samsung Galaxy S8 is going to look like. So here's a look at those videos. As you can see, they did stick with that curved design similar to the Galaxy S7 Edge. Now you'll also take a notice that there are very little bezels, which is great to see. I prefer a phone with very few bezels, and that's great to see. However, on the front, you'll see there's no physical home button, and then you'll also notice there's no fingerprint scanner probably, so that might actually get pushed to the back. And there was a leaked image, a very good one actually, of the back of the Galaxy S8, and you'll see in the upper right hand corner next to the camera there's actually a little, well, it looks like a fingerprint scanner, and that's kind of a strange position for me. So you'll see here is the Note 5, for example. I'm holding it like normal. Usually the fingerprint scanner is going to be right here underneath the camera. However, in this leaked image, it's up here actually on the Note 5 anyways, where that heartbeat sensor is. So you're going to have to, if you have a smaller hand, really reach up next to that camera if that's actually what they decide to do. Really no indication if that's actually what they're going to do, but that image did leak out. Now, it's speculated the S8 will have two various sizes, and someone reported that there's going to be a 5.8-inch display and a 6.2-inch display. Now, I don't know if that's going to be true. This one I'm kind of iffy on. I feel like it would be very unwise of Samsung to not have a model that's 5.5-inch display or fewer. But we'll see what they decide to do. I don't know if it's really going to be that big, specifically with that fingerprint scanner. If it's on the back upper corner, it's going to be very difficult to reach that if you have a smaller hand, or even if you have a normal size hand on a 6.2-inch device, that's going to be a little difficult. Now, a little while ago, someone reported that there will not be a headphone jack on the Galaxy S8, and like I mentioned, there's prototypes, so they probably saw one of the prototypes that didn't have a headphone jack, so they kind of confirmed it. However, there are now prototypes with the headphone jack as well. So I honestly think it'd be very not smart of Samsung to not include a headphone jack. So I think they are going to include one. It just makes no sense not to be honest. Add a little bit more thickness, add a little bit more space. No one will care. Everyone wants a headphone jack. Now, of course, with no home button, it's questionable if they're going to use soft touch buttons down at the bottom, similar to stock Android and how they do it. Also, it's rumored that there might be a pressure-sensitive display similar to 3D Touch, but that has been around since the Galaxy S7, people saying that that's going to happen. So we'll see if that's actually a thing. Next, the Galaxy S8 is reportedly going to be the first device with the new Snapdragon 835 processor. And it seems like it's going to be the only new device with the Snapdragon 835 for a little while. It was reported that the LG G6 isn't going to get access to that processor. Samsung gets first dibs on it, which to me is kind of upsetting because LG's probably going to go with that Snapdragon 821, which is in the Google Pixel right now and on newer devices, Android devices right now, which is still a great processor, don't get me wrong. However, it's pretty upsetting that there's no competitor to the Snapdragon 835. There's no top-tier mobile processor from Intel, any other competitor, so they pretty much have to stick with Qualcomm. So it's kind of weird that just the amount of supply, or if they have a exclusive with Samsung like they do now, it kind of leaves everyone in the dry, and it just kind of makes no sense that they're not going to try and produce as many as possible. Maybe they just don't have the resources for it. Now, there's also multiple reports about a desktop extension called Samsung DeX, where you can go ahead and get an adapter, plug it in, you can use it like a desktop experience, which I think would be very neat. Hopefully it's implemented properly. Also, probably going to see stereo speakers, most likely one bottom firing and probably out the earpiece as well. So hopefully that's the case because stereo speakers are great on phones. There's also talks about an S Pen being an accessory for the device. I don't think it's going to be included. However, there were talks about it. I'm not exactly sure what they're going to do with the S Pen. And also in AI, I'm sure you'll see some sort of Samsung AI on the device, similar to the Google Assistant. I don't really know if the Google Assistant is going to be included on the device. That's kind of up in the air. And then finally, I can guarantee you that they are going to make sure that the battery works properly. Undoubtedly, that's going to be tested thoroughly. They need to make sure that they have no issues at all with that. So in terms of battery life, I'm sure they'll advertise it's going to be very safe, extra tested, all that good stuff. But that's really about it. So that's just about everything I've seen from the Galaxy S8 and kind of what you can expect from the device. Let me know what you think. Drop a comment. Let me know what you think of the device. If you kind of hope a specific feature does come to the S8 or not, just let me know. And as always, guys, thank you very much for watching.